Gazi.
Alright, so it's about the joint. And you are with?
I'm with Andy D Travel Consultants.
Okay. What do you do there?
I'm the admin officer.
Okay, beautiful. And of course, everybody listening at this time around has one thing or the other to do. You may be a business executive, you may be a philanthropist, you may be an entrepreneur, you may be a marketing person. You're all welcome into the show right now. This is the joint, and where we are going to have a simple common discussion about weddings, and you can be part of it. Now we have started it. Weddings have become exorbitant, they have become expensive, they have become super extraordinary, and people are getting into it, people are falling into it, people come out of it and with debt and all of that. But you can tell me, is it preventing you from getting married? Is it scaring you? 34 minutes past 12. The number is 0505 572 786. 0505 572 786. So Kojobo Sumpin is here, Marie Louisa is here, Abdul Rahman Bassett is also here. It's 35 minutes past 12. And of course, let me say good afternoon to Miss MFR. You're doing the listening right now and you're not too well, but you said you want this song and I want to play that song for you. Miss MFR. Miss MFR, good afternoon to you. And you would have to enjoy this one.
People want to be talked about, that kind of feeling. Sometimes I feel it's not the to-be spouses, the to-be married folks, their problem. Sometimes it's a family problem. People don't want to give their children off if they feel the guy is not ready, especially on the woman's side. They have to be able to see something. Are you able to handle the marriage ceremony and all that to some level before they can realize that, this guy can actually take care of my daughter, But little do they know, a lot of people actually incur debts trying to enter marriages, and that's something that's something I don't agree at all.
You don't agree
at all? Why should you be in debt before you get into marriage? You're signing yourself. You're signing your death warrant.
But people actually
people go for loans and borrow money just to get married.
Because there was so much money.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If you have a woman who's understanding and she has an understanding family, that shouldn't be a problem. But then it's not always the case. So as a guy, you have to go out there and make things work, and that's a big problem. So me personally, I don't see why people do that. Why guys who are living an average life try to get in bed before they get married. That's a huge problem.
Okay. All right. So that was Abdul. You're Muslim. Okay. You guys have a different way of, approach.
I've seen very expensive Muslim weddings too, all across.
Yeah. Which of them have you seen to be a very expensive? An example.
That was like last year. Last year. Yeah. The expenses were huge because my sister was part of the people planning it, and it was quite there.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have figures to that?
No, I don't have figures, but I know it was very expensive. Very expensive.
I see some people for buy a car, if you want to get married to somebody.
Yeah, it depends.
10 or
15, 20.
Now I see one car be like 3K.
Oh yeah. It's reasonable.
And for buy 50.
And then you don't want to read the inside and the material and things. You don't want to be another level.
So the show has just started. Let's get it going right now. You can be part of it. 0505 572 786. 0505 572 786. Now there's a song that Professor Wise wants me to play right now, and it's still within the context of marriages, but let me pick Mr. Bosompim's first impression on the topic that we are discussing. You see, before you came in, I was talking to Abdul Basit about weddings and marriage. And these days, sometimes it make boys serve the fear to go and go marry, because the women go ask, say, Charlie, before do wedding, and the wedding to maybe say, I would say kakra or muni kakra. This is all medical, but that's all kakra. So what do you think about these days, weddings and their expenditure? Is it skyrocketing, like we have said?
All right, thank you very much. Honestly, it's not a good thing. Expensive weddings. After the wedding, so many problems here and there. Now your investments fall short. You know, this and that. You are not able to pay your bills, all because of expensive weddings. I don't go for it. No.
Okay.
I really don't go for it. Honestly, I think it should be between the man and the woman, some understanding. There should be a particular understanding from now to our future. What do we want?
Okay.
Expensive weddings and hustle later, or hustle now and enjoy later. It's just between both of them, not from one side, the woman. I want this, I want that.
But usually you sometimes they come from the women themselves. So what do you do? What would you do in a situation?
I was telling Louise, if she's not in line with you, let her go and save tomorrow. Simple, very simple.
Very, very simple.
Very, very simple. If she's not in line with you, let her go.
Isn't that the whole purpose of marriage?
That's all.
Isn't that the whole purpose?
Lisa, let me hear from you.
Women have a lot of fantasies when it comes to their weddings, their dress, their hair, their rings, but because right now this is expensive. You have to buy it. Even your family, they expect you to bring everything on the list, and some families will even allow you to help the man in a way. Maybe I'm going to get the braziers, maybe I'm going to get a cloth. He's going to buy, pay for the drinks and my dress, my ring. He's going to do a chunk of everything. So there's nothing wrong with me probably helping my man to, have a nice small wedding.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
don't like stress. After the wedding, you're going to pack chairs and that's stressful. Me, I just want to have a simple thing and then go back to work the following day.
Traditionally, the man is supposed to be the head of the house. You should be experienced enough, no more than your wife, to be able to play that role. But if your wife is coming in to play that role, then that posture of yours that is supposed to organize for your society and her society would have been taken care of by her. Already by birth, traditionally, you have ceded what we call kinship to the lady. The only thing the man has in the African traditional setting is that he plays that protective role. In Akan fantasy, we call it kwatechre. You lead. Your posture is to see the future and you should be experienced enough. Your experience should be more than the lady. She can only do so having to live longer than her. And I admit, some men just grow, they don't grow up.
It's deep.
But the thing is, there is no way you can always equate maturity to age. There are certain things you can only have lived longer to get to know them.
Right.
And you see, in African traditional religion, we don't have written traditions, oral traditions. You live longer to go through them and get to appreciate them in your life.
You see, once again, I think earlier on, right?
Earlier
on, there was a point I was making.
Oh no, Valentine Mass.
You'll be laughing when you get married. You'll be laughing. At least whatever it is going through his. I was, even though I was late here in person, I was actually tuned into the radio. To the discussion, for the last half an hour, and he made some very valid points there. I think that I didn't hear the beginning of the show. I think we should have started with a definition of or an understanding of if there's a difference between wedding and marriage. I have my birthday coming up next month. And I'm debating with myself whether to have a birthday party or a birthday. A birthday will come whether or not I like it because I was born on that day.
That's right.
Whether or not I like it, but whether or not I have a party depends on me. So you can get married. Whether or not you have a wedding depends on you. So marriage and wedding are not synonymous.
They are different.
Yes, I think people should go back to school and learn that. So that when they are getting married, I want to marry you doesn't mean that let's have a party.
Yes.
If your birthday is like 16th April, it's going to come. Whether or not you go up and come down. But whether or not you have a party and then kill a goat or a cow is up to your personal preference. And moving forward, I will never be considering when it comes to other issues. So that one is a red flag alone. So to the guys out there, if your wife to be is insisting on you overspending at a wedding, or is insisting on you having a ceremony, I think we overuse the word wedding. A ceremony.
Wedding ceremony.
What did they call it? The marriage is different too.
Yes.
If she's insisting that you spend at a party to celebrate your marriage, I think that's what we should call it. A party to celebrate your marriage, and you don't have that. I think that should be when you should know that this one there, the girl is not even good for you. Advise yourself, because this one she has brought herself.
But when we are in line and the woman understands where I'm coming from,
you have to sink.
Exactly.
But you guys
that's my
are
point.
laying down the love factor.
Oh please.
If a guy would want to go borrow money to do an expensive wedding for a girl he loves, Charlie, maybe realistically the guy wouldn't have done that if the girl says, oh, you know what, I know you don't have much.
No, but if
wait,
the both of you are in love,
That's what the bank people think that you can always get money.
But do you think
it's a marketing
the
problem.
guys out of their own will walk
And
go for a loan?
let me ask you a question.
Just marry someone.
Let me ask you a
Charlie,
question.
if I'm dating some girl like some tight girl, let's say Aisha, who came here,
Sorry,
yes, sir. This guy, no. Yes.
I think they are living in the realms of SAPs. That you need to get away from. There are some rules of life that really run in every culture. Public toilets, the dumb, the blind. Everybody recognizes that rule. They know, of course, men don't enter women's side. They know. So is marriage relationship. There's a basic rule to it. If you can't afford it and you do, it's a lie. It will follow you forever.
It's going to be a curse on you.
People shouldn't have problems getting married. I only just think that considering everything, at least make sure you spend within your means. Don't incur cost trying to enter into a marriage.
All right, Mr. Abosupim, let me hear you on this one.
Yeah, then I think that we've all said it all. We have to know the difference between those two stuff, marriage and the wedding. Marriage is you get married. Wedding is after the party, is after party for the marriage.
Yes.
So if you want to do the after party for the marriage, that's okay.
That be if you go fit.
If you go fit, if you have the means to do it, that's okay. So that the business people around can also get their money.
Like Sammy Flex.
Yes. But if you are not there, I beg you, guys, I beg. I don't want to say Moro, then if they come hustle me for 20, 30. No. I beg you. And the ladies, I beg you. I beg.
They reduced test.
I beg.
The Facebook thing, they worry.
Tomorrow be another day.
You know be them.
Anyway, some of them,
Then they talk to you like
especially most of them. Tomorrow be another day.
Tomorrow we
We go chop.
All they are saying is true. It doesn't make sense to have an expensive wedding when you don't have the means. If you have it, why not? You can go ahead and do all you want to do. But if it's not within your means, dear, you don't want to wake up in the morning. Like he said, Charlie, I will get 10 cities. It's especially when people know that you just got married a week ago. And then go for a loan to get married. I've seen it. It's not right. Yeah, nobody should do that.
All right, Zakia.
Once again, if you want to get married, do the barest minimum. But like my friends here said, if you want to have the after party, the size and the splendor of it should depend on your pocket.
Okay.
To cut a very, very long story short, when you want to get married, you have to understand that there's a marriage ceremony. So find out what you need to do to get married and get that done. And then if
you mean the criteria?
Yes, the criteria, the schnapps, if it's color nuts, whatever, get that done. If it's cow goods, depending on the traditional area, it will differ. So get that done so you can call yourselves husband and wife. And as for the reception of the party, how big it is should depend on your bank account or on what you can on what you can afford.
You can also, just check it out on YouTube, the joint official Pluzz. You can see the video up on there. My name is Nana Kwadwo Addo. That's what it is.
Hey, Charlie, wait.
So if you they wonder how I do my thing, it be my code. No money, how me here while it be my code. So when you see me rolling on your block, it be my code. Like a sickly woman, coco, in my code. I never they wonder, never worry you. My baba, they my body.